What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. We are here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Friday, January 31st, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelancer sports reporter based out of Minnesota here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a special guest that's coming on with me today. Her name is Anakaren Ponce. She is a bilingual voiceover actress. She has done things in Spanish. She's done things in English. She is based out of Texas. She has worked at cricket for companies like cricket. She's worked for Major League Baseball. And we're going to get to know her and her why of getting into the voiceover industry. She's only been in the industry for less than 4 years and already making a splash of an impact. So, without any further ado, I introduce to you the wonderful, talented, and the beautiful Anna Karen. Good evening. How we doing, Anna?
Hello, I'm doing good, Chris. And you?
I'm doing very good. It is wonderful to see your face. You look absolutely lovely tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited to be here with you tonight.
Absolutely. And I'm very excited to have you on my podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder. I love the studio background that you got there. That's amazing. That looks amazing. I want to ask you, how is your week going so far?
It's going good. We had some sick kids at home. I sick myself. But I'm getting better, so I'm happy to be back. Jump back in the booth.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you back in the booth. I'm happy to hear that you're feeling better. It seems like something was going around because a couple weeks ago I wasn't feeling well myself. So I certainly understand that. I want to reiterate to you. Do you want me to call you Anna Karen or Anna, or what would you prefer?
Anna Karen is fine.
Anna Karen, okay.
Yeah.
So I want to reiterate to you why I wanted to have you on here. So I'm a journalist in media. I've been a journalist for the past 7 years. Now I'm doing freelance, but I've been in publications writing all kind of stories and covering all kind of sports teams. And what I like to do is I like to interview people in the media space and get to know their why, get to know their story. It's a rarity that we get a chance to sit down like this and be able to talk about ourselves because we're always doing stories, doing projects, and different things of that nature. I know you're a bilingual voiceover artist. I also know you've been in the industry for less than 4 years, but you've been making such a splash in this industry. So it's amazing. I would love to hear your background prior to you joining the voiceover industry. I know you worked with cricket, Major League Baseball as well, and some other affiliations as well that you have. So I definitely want to hear about all of that and definitely want to hear your story. So without any further ado, I want to ask you this first question. And it's the same question that I ask everybody on the podcast, and that is, what is your why? What is your why of doing what you do? Did you have any role models, any inspirations that you acquired before joining this industry? But what ultimately led you into being in the media space, media industry?
Yeah, absolutely. I would call myself, I would say that I am a very persistent person and I like to do everything. I like to be everywhere and I like to do everything. And I've tried many, many things
Hmm.
through my life, right?
Right.
Um, why am I here? It all started with singing.
Okay. Okay.
I love singing. And I grew up in a family where my dad plays the guitar and there was always music in my house. I did not have the chance to study music professionally, like or in a college or anything like that.
Sure.
Just life, right? Um, but I always wanted to be like in a musical, Broadway musical, right? I wanted to be in musical theater.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
like one of my coaches said, like, "Hey, it's not late. It's not too late. You can always get
Right.
there, right?" Um,
Right.
but that's like I try like I went to many auditions and I went to I wanted to be everywhere and in the theater group in high school and this and that, right?
Right.
So in the end, I think, voiceover is giving me that, that fulfillment of acting, doing the
Hmm.
acting, but also, having my family, because that's another thing that I wanted, right? To have a family, to have kids. I have 3 kids. Um,
Okay.
so voiceover gives me that flexibility, right? Of being an actor without having to be out there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, absolutely.
being here, and I enjoy playing different characters for commercials, for animations, for like being in the corporate world, for
Mhm.
YouTube videos, right? There's so many kinds of characters, so I would say it's a dream of mine that's coming to a reality in a way that I didn't imagine it would.
I like that. You said musical theater. I'm a huge musical person. I love theater. I
Awesome.
love plays. I love musicals. What will be your like top three? I know my top three is Wicked, Hairspray, and Rent. What would be your top 3?
My top three would be Wicked for sure,
Mhm.
Anastasia, I love it,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
and Mamma Mia.
Oh yeah, Mamma Mia is a good
Yeah.
one too. I remember seeing that in theaters. Yeah, those are pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, I like that. Um, Let me ask you this question. What is like your favorite character to play? Because, like you said, you do things for animation, you do things for corporate. Like I'm sure that you probably have an agent as well that maybe get you roles. What gets you most excited as far as a role that you're about to do that's your favorite?
Um, I would say, animation roles are the most exciting for me,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
And a character that I would love to play, I want a villain. I want to play a villain. I love
Mm,
villains because they're everything I am not. Like
okay.
I'm a goody good, and I'm always like I've been a very like correct person and very like low profile and chill and everything. And a villain is all the opposite. And
Absolutely.
and I love being able to, step out of my box and be somebody else.
That's the best thing about theater, which is why I love it the most. You're Anakaren every day. I'm Chris every day. To be somebody else that's different is just amazing. I love playing
Yeah.
characters like that. So I love that answer that you just gave. I know you're based out of Texas as of right now, but where did you initially grow up? Because with that accent, I'm thinking you grew up elsewhere. Did you were you
Yeah.
born in Texas or where did you come from in order to come to the States?
No, I was born and raised in Mexico, in the
Okay.
north, in a city that's called Monterrey, which is
Yeah.
like a couple of hours from the border.
Okay, okay, awesome. I love that. I love that. I actually just went to Mexico on a cruise. I went to
So fun.
Cozumel, Mexico. And it was very hot out there, but I seen the Mayan temples,
That's
which was very
awesome.
good. Oh yeah, it was amazing, amazing cruise trip. And definitely have another one on the horizon in 25 because I'll actually be going to Greece this upcoming June. And yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Um,
Awesome. I love traveling.
oh my goodness, it's definitely my passion for sure, no question.
Yeah.
I want to ask you some favorite questions, and you
Okay.
just give me some of your favorite answers off the rip, based upon these questions. Anna Karen, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Favorite meal I like to cook. There's this dish that's called chilaquiles. It's a Mexican dish, and it's
Mm,
like it's like mm, so you just put like a layer of beans, just put chips, tortilla chips, and then you cover it with cheese, hot
mm-hmm,
salsa,
mm-hmm.
and cream at the top. It is very simple, but I love it. We usually have it for
Okay.
like brunch or lunch in Mexico.
Mm. Now, I'm a huge Mexican food lover. I love Mexican food. Carne asada burritos is
Oh yeah.
something that's my favorite. Tamales, I like tamales. And then back home, because I grew up in California, they used to make these things called carne asada fries. They used to
Ah,
have them. Yeah, it was really good. It was the carne asada, the fries, and the cheese with the guac. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Amazing.
It was amazing. Yes, it was. Okay, I like that.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Oh, I'm gonna continue with Latin American, Latin American artists. There's this band, that's called Morat, Morat, Morat,
Okay,
and they're amazing, and I love them. It's like a pop rock band. They have a little bit of everything. It's I think 4 or 5 guys, and I go to their concerts every time they come to Dallas.
okay. That was going to be one of my bonus questions because I haven't heard of the city. I think you're in what is it, Fortney or 40? What is it called?
40,
40,
40,
right?
yes.
So where is that close to as far as the big cities in Texas?
Oh, it's very close to Dallas.
Dallas. Okay,
Pretty
got
much
you.
Dallas, yeah.
Got you. My favorite concert was Alicia Keys, but um I did like I've been to two Latin American concerts. One of them was Romeo Santos,
Okay.
and that was different. And the other one was Ozuna. Ozuna was really good.
Mm,
Loved Ozuna and that. But I do love Wishing and Yandel. I
oh
love them
yeah.
too. I like music where I can move to it, so that's for
They have
sure.
very yeah, they have very catchy songs and good to dance. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And somebody just told me, one of my friends said they were going to go to Bad Bunny. I have not been to one of his concerts yet, but Bad Bunny apparently is a really, really good artist. So,
They
yeah,
say I don't listen to a lot of his music, so I cannot make
right,
a judgment for myself, but he is very
right.
popular right now. Yeah.
Absolutely, no question. Okay, I'm with you on that. Favorite place you like to travel to?
Yes. Japan. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, when did you go to Japan? When did you last go?
I just went this last September 2024.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
I
awesome.
I had always wanted to go to Japan. And it's very funny because I was gonna go back in 2019, but I met my husband and he proposed to me and we were gonna get married. And I was supposed to go with with two friends,
Hmm.
a friend, a girlfriend, and a boy, right? A guy and a girl. And
Hmm.
then my girlfriend, she canceled. So it was gonna be like my guy friend and I. And I was like, yeah, it's fine, chill, whatever. We're gonna get like different hotel rooms and whatever, right? But then like I was like, well, I'm gonna be married by the time because we got married in July 2019. So I
Oh,
was like,
congratulations.
oh, thank you. And I was like, if I invert, like if I change the roles and it was my husband going out on a trip with a friend, I probably would not be comfortable. So I canceled my trip and I told my husband, you owe me a trip to Japan. And he did it. Last year he took me to Japan.
Well, that's good. I'm
It was
glad.
awesome.
I'm very, very glad to hear that. And it's always great to hear about love. So once again, congratulations on that for sure.
Thank you.
Um, I want to ask this question because I'm a sports person. As you know, I'm a sports journalist, so I want to ask you a sports question.
Okay.
Favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to attend in person? They can be the same sport.
Hmm. I have to say that it's gonna be football.
Okay. Now, are we talking football as in soccer or Americano
American
football?
football.
Okay,
American
got you,
football.
got you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, are you a Cowboys fan?
I am a Cowboys fan. I support the Cowboys, even though they're not very good right now. Um,
Mm,
my
mm,
husband is big in football. He loves football. I'm not a sporty person. I'm an artsy person. I don't do sports. I'm pretty
absolutely.
bad at sports and watch sports. Sometimes I get bored. To be honest, I don't watch some football games all the way through, but I
Sure,
enjoy just having it on, and my husband watches them, and we're in the house, and I love just the environment.
sure,
Um,
absolutely. And listen, football's a great sport. I love watching it
yes.
too. Rather watch it on TV. I'm a huge basketball person in person, That's what I like to watch in person. Obviously, being out there in Dallas, you got a lot of the major sports teams out there. So that
Yeah.
certainly is a place I wouldn't mind coming to at all. I have a brother that actually lives in Texas, but he lives in Houston. So
Okay.
yeah, so definitely, I'm very fond of Texas. The only thing I don't like about Texas and Karen is y'all tolls. Y'all got a lot of tolls out
Yeah,
there.
it's not like we love them either, right? I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna say the heat.
No, 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 no. I came from Georgia, so Georgia's hot.
Okay.
And Texas is hot, so I'm used to the heat. That's fine. But the tolls, no, I'm not used to the
Yeah.
tolls. Not at all. But
Yeah.
that's the only thing I don't like about Texas. Favorite restaurant that you like to eat at in Dallas? Because I will be up there in Dallas again. I came there last year, but I typically like to go to different places because I love to travel and see different things. When I come back to Dallas, where should I eat at?
Hmm. I think you can't go wrong with a barbecue restaurant. Like,
Now you
I
talking
like,
now.
yeah, I like a good, baked potato with brisket. I love it. That's like, my favorite thing to eat at a restaurant, a barbecue restaurant. But I love some
Okay.
good brisket. That's what I would recommend 100%.
I think you're the first person out of all the episodes that I've had that's mentioned brisket on here as a food that they like. Now, not to say that they don't like it, but they haven't mentioned it on my podcast. So that's pretty cool. I love that. Obviously, the next time I'm there in Dallas, if you're there, I would definitely have to say hi to you. That would be
Sure.
amazing. Yeah, no
Absolutely.
question. No question. Um, I want to get into your day to day, and that's because as a voiceover, again, I mentioned it before. You have an agent that gives you all different kinds of things. You're recording your voice, so I'm sure that you're probably powering it up with tea all the time because you got to do different voice and water. You're spending your time in a booth. Kind of cocooned away from the house. Just working on different things. I want to know how many different projects do you normally have to work on a weekly basis, on a daily basis? How long do you spend in the booth on the microphone doing your voiceover stuff? Because I can imagine each day is different hour wise, and it has to be pretty difficult with three kids as well. Because that's just great. That's crazy, but it goes to your hard work and your dedication to your craft. So tell me what a day to day is in Anakaren's life.
Well, as you said, it depends on the day and it depends on the season, right? Like what time of the year it is, or like sometimes I have a lot of work and a lot of projects that I'm working on. Sometimes I'm, working on 3, 4 projects in a week.
Hmm.
Sometimes I don't have any projects at all for a couple weeks or even a month. Um, and it all depends. This is a business. I see it. My mindset is this is a business. So my agent sent me some auditions, but I don't rely on my agents 100% of the time. I
Okay.
also look for jobs myself, right? I go look for it, right? And that's what you gotta do as a voiceover, right? I attend events in person here. Like I go to what was it? Like I went to a market last Christmas, like to one of these art markets, craftsy markets where you have,
Sure.
like, yeah, I put there my booth and everything, and just to share what I do, right?
Right.
Um, but what I like about this is that it all depends on how much I put in.
Right.
It's what I get, right? So if
Hmm.
I am auditioning a lot, if I am contacting potential clients a lot, there's a higher chance that I'm going to have a lot of work. If I am not doing anything, the work is going to go down, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, so sometimes I usually spend about from 2 to 4 hours a day
Okay.
in the booth. Some days I don't get in the booth at all because I'm doing other things like audio editing, or I am answering emails or that kind of stuff, or I have
Sure.
some things to do with my kids and in the house. But yeah, that's kind of how that's kind of how it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that seems like a lot on your plate. I've had multiple voiceovers on my podcast before, voiceover actresses and actors. And one of the things that intrigues me the most about, the voiceover acting business is that a lot of stuff that you find, you guys can do it from your location, right? Is there ever a time where you may find projects where you may have to either fly out or drive somewhere or go somewhere that's maybe outside of Dallas? Or do you do that, or are you open to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I have I went probably a couple years ago. I went to a studio in Dallas to
Okay.
record because they wanted someone in person,
Hmm.
and like they asked me to go there. Um, then as far as going to other cities, I'm willing to, but usually the producers prefer just to do it um remotely.
I love
Like,
it. I
yeah.
love it.
What I would probably do is fly to Mexico to try some to try it there because I really like to get more into dubbing to Spanish,
Mm, yeah, yeah,
which is my specialty, Spanish, and it's it just comes more naturally and easier to me, right? But
absolutely.
all that in Mexico, they're more of the in person. They're still like in person, mostly is in person. I still get some dubbing work remote, but to get into the big leagues, you have to be there. So, like it's all about connections and it's all about relationships and all that stuff because they're not gonna let you record remotely if they don't know you.
Right.
So it's
Absolutely.
gotta go there and open the door. But yeah,
No doubt. No doubt. Now this is a bonus question that came up in my mind. Since you're a bilingual artist, which I think you're the first one that I've talked to on this podcast, um, which preferred language would you rather do? Like if there was animation, if there was a role where you was to play a villain, if there was a commercial that they wanted you to do, or maybe even an audiobook. 'Cause I believe you've done some audiobooks as well, some voiceovers with that. Which language would you rather prefer doing it in?
Spanish.
Spanish. Okay.
Yes, it just takes me less time because in English I have to be very conscious on how I pronounce every word. So like I'm gotta make sure that I'm pronouncing the D's and my ah doesn't sound like an ah and all that kind of stuff to make it pleasant for the listener or easy to understand. And in
Sure.
Spanish, I don't have to do that.
Hmm. I
So
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Now, let me ask you about mental health and work life balance. In industries like the media, as we're in, we're on the go all the time. Hours can be long. Like you said, days are different. They're never the same, which is something that we love because, it's not redundant. It's not repetitive. It doesn't get boring. But you could experience burnout sometimes, when you're on the go and you're doing things, or you can experience burnout in the other way when you're not getting a whole lot and you're like, ooh, okay, when is the work gonna come? But you also have work life balance. Like you said, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're an actress, you're a daughter, you're a friend. You wear many different hats, right? But at the same time, you still have to do what you love and be able to earn an income doing that. And work life balance sometimes looks a little different from day to day, for to be honest with you. So tell me, how do you keep your mental health strong but also still maintain that work life balance to where you don't experience burnout?
totally. Definitely, sometimes it's very hard to find the balance.
Hmm.
And it's like I'm spinning this like plates, like in the circus act, right? Like trying to spin the plates. So
Right,
try to
right,
keep them all like sometimes one falls a little bit and one tilts a little bit. So
right.
you're right, like really finding a balance is very hard, almost impossible. But as long as the plates keep spinning and don't fall, it's all fine.
Hmm.
Um, I try to do to make the things that I do enjoyable. For
Okay.
example, whenever I am editing audiobooks, that's very time consuming because I have to listen, and I have an audio editor that helps me. But
Okay.
then I listen to it at the end and to make sure that everything sounds fine, right? So
Right.
while I'm doing that, I color. I like I like to color, right? So I get my coloring books and my markers, and I do that. And that, like, it relaxes me, and I feel like I don't feel like I'm working, and I enjoy it a little bit more, and that helps me to, just to feel relaxed and to feel like, okay, I like calm.
Right.
Um
Right.
Also, finding a balance on the time, setting, just limits to setting limits is very important. It's just I'm still learning to do that, to
Hmm.
set myself limit. Like, okay, today I cannot keep working. I have to go to sleep. Or today, I'm gonna go sit down and watch a movie with my husband. Or today, I'm just gonna sit and do nothing. Right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You definitely need those times. It's a question worth asking. I know for me, I like to write poetry. I like to go on walks. I have to get away from an Anakaren. I do because when you work in sports, and you see it, you write it all the time. You just kind of want to step away, put your phone down a little bit. I just want to put my headphones on and listen to music and blast it as loud as I possibly can, and just relax and wind down. Because you're around the same thing all the time. Sometimes you just have to detach yourself from it. Although you love to do it, you got to know when, like you said, limits. I call it boundaries, right? So same difference. You just got to be able to set those in order to do that. I want to ask you about advice. What is some advice that you would give somebody that wants to be a voiceover artist, actress like yourself? Because most of the times that I've talked to voiceovers, they take classes, they talk about it's an investment, they talk about, well, you got to be willing to, invest in yourself and nothing's going to come easy, but you got to be able to be able to take the criticism with the classes, but also be able to stick with it because it may not, at first, it may not pay off in the beginning, but if you stick with it, it'll pay off in the end. What is some advice that you would give an individual that wants to do what you do?
Hmm. What advice? I
Mm,
think to find to focus on one thing at a time. Like, for example, when I started doing audiobooks.
okay,
That's how I started, and that's all I focused on. Once I knew that that was something I liked, then I got the coaching for that.
okay,
I tried it, and I'm like, yeah, I like this. I can do this. Now I want to learn to do it right. Then after that, I was like, well, maybe I can do commercials too. And
hmm
I tried it, and I liked it, and I got coach for that. And then I'm like, I like animation. So then again, I tried, I liked it, and I got a coach for that. So I think focusing on one thing at a time instead of trying to do everything at the same time, everything at
like
once.
that.
Yes, I think that's what I would advise.
Yeah, no, that's great advice. I love that. Because I've talked to people and you see them sometimes to like, go to these different sites called Backstage or One
Oh
Two
yeah,
Three
big
Boys,
place.
and
Yeah.
they're offering all these roles, but they
Mhm.
don't have any coaching. And I keep hearing that you got to get coaching, you got to get coaching. It's an investment, but then I've heard that it costs like thousands of dollars to get a coach, and it's like, man, like, whew, that's I mean, for someone to start out, that's a lot. Do you think that coaching is absolutely necessary, or should just maybe try to find different ways to maybe if they can't afford coaching, what do you think that they should do?
Well, what I did
Hmm.
my first two audiobooks without coaching.
Okay.
Okay. Um, and I think you definitely need to have the skill to stand out, especially if you're an English speaker in an English market,
Sure.
because the competition, like it's bigger. There's more people doing it. I
Absolutely.
I am working in a smaller, um how do you call it? Like it's a smaller market
Okay.
compared to the English speaking market, because I am like
Hmm.
Spanish and accented English, right? And
Right.
there's less
Right.
voiceovers with these skills. Um,
Right.
Now, what I did is I started, for example, my first audiobooks were royalty share on Audible. Um, and I started charging not a lot. I started charging $50 an hour for an audiobook, which is super low. It's very, very low. I wouldn't do it right now. But back then,
Mhm.
for me,
Sure.
it made
Sure.
sense.
Right.
Back then, for me, it made sense. And you know what? I saved those $50 an hour. And those $50 an hour, like it was like 3, 4, 5 hours, that that got me my first microphone, my professional microphone.
Absolutely.
And then I kept doing that, and that paid me for an hour of coaching, right? And then,
Mm.
you know
Okay.
what I mean? And then that hour of coaching let me go, dive further and grow. And,
Right.
like I could, I'm worth more now because I know what I'm
You put the
doing
work
now,
in. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm doing. And like there are a lot of people that I respect and that I admire that say, like there's nothing such no such thing as starter or like beginner rate for
Right.
voiceovers. And I
Right.
agree, if someone likes your voice, yes. I mean, if someone likes your voice, you deserve the full pay for that. Yes, absolutely. Uh,
Sure.
but the thing is someone gonna like your voice if you are not, if you don't know what you're doing, or if you sound like you know what I mean? I don't know
Oh
if I'm
yeah. No.
explaining
No.
this correctly, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So you
Yes.
maybe gotta start like, okay, I'm gonna narrate for your YouTube channel for like very, very cheap. And if that works for someone, then go for it, right? If that is gonna pay for your coaching so you can go further, I
Right.
think go for it. That's what I think.
No, it definitely that's a great answer. It's definitely a question worth asking because a lot of times what stops people is the fact that they can't afford it, right? They can't
Yeah,
afford the coaching.
yeah,
But what I've heard from different voiceovers is that you have to take risk, right? There's some risk that you have to take in order to be able to get out there, in order to be able to grow, in order to be able to get those roles. And it exactly what you just said, right? You was out there, you did audibles without any coaching, but you allowed it to pay for your coaching, for the work that you put in to get the coaching to be better. And you continue to grow, 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 and grow. And now look at you now doing wonderful things in the voiceover community. So I love that. I love that work ethic. And it's good to hear. It's good to hear that from somebody because there's a lot of people, like you said, it's a competitive market. People want to do this, and they should hear it from professionals like yourself that's getting into the industry. And I've had some great voiceovers on here, including yourself now. So it's been amazing. We have now reached the portion of the podcast to where we are going to do my interactive game called This or That. So
okay.
basically, what this is a game that I throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, Anna Karen, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Do you like chicken?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I only ask that question because I do run into some vegetarians on here for sure. So
Oh,
that's why
okay,
I'm asking
okay.
the question for
Got
sure.
it.
Now, which chicken place would you rather eat at? Popeyes or KFC?
KFC.
Okay, I'm with you on that. When it comes to a chicken wing, which flavor would you rather have on it? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Barbecue.
Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Wet.
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Ah. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go for boneless.
Okay, so do you eat your wings with a fork?
Yes.
So do I. So do I. Whenever I eat boneless, I do eat my wings with a fork. I love
Yeah.
barbecue. Yes, absolutely.
Boneless.
I
Yeah.
do. Okay, that's what's up. I like that. Now, these next five questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. What kind of music do you like?
I like pop, rock, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Pop
Okay.
rock, and I'm gonna say, like ahead of time, I'm not very plugged in with a lot of artists right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
Okay.
also enjoy Asian music. I like Japanese music too a lot. Um,
Okay. So like K-pop,
I like K-pop and I like Japanese music too.
Japanese music. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, I'm
Great.
gonna throw some. I'm gonna throw some artists here, and you get to tell
Okay.
me which one you rather go see in concert. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Here's the first one. Which music concert would you rather go to? Beyonce or Rihanna?
Hmm. Beyonce.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. Which music concert would you rather go see? Chris Brown or Usher?
Hmm. Usher.
Okay. Okay. With you on that. With you on that. We doing good so far. Which music concert would you rather go see? Taylor Swift or Carrie Underwood?
Taylor Swift.
You was
Oh.
fast. You was pretty fast on that one.
Because I know more songs of Taylor Swift than they Carrie Underwood. So
Got you. Got you. I love that. I love it.
my
Okay.
sister loves Taylor Swift, so she's passing me all that. I'm not a
Uh,
big fan, but I do like her songs. So
okay. Okay. Here we go. Which music concert would you rather go to? Would you rather see Ozuna or Romeo Santos?
Romeo Santos.
Mm. I actually did one of his concerts, and the ladies just went absolutely insane. I mean, he walked down to the crowd, and they were just trying to tug and pull at him, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
ladies,
ladies get crazy with
they do,
male
they
singers.
do. Oh my gosh, I was doing event security for his concert, and they were just tugging and pulling. I'm like, bro, you need to go back up on stage because they was just acting a fool. It was crazy, but I totally understand. You know,
Latina fans are uh another thing. Like they're like something else.
no question, no question. Okay. All right, I'm going to ask this last question here. Which concert would you rather go to? This is going to be a classic one, a throwback. Would you rather go see Carlos Santana or would you rather see Selena?
Oh, that's a that's a tough one.
I know, I know. I wanted to ask the last one to be the tough one.
I'm gonna go with Selena.
Very hard not to in that case. What an icon she was, no question. Okay. Which sport would you rather watch on TV if you wanted to? Basketball or baseball?
Baseball,
Okay. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
badminton.
Okay. All right. Are you pretty good at badminton?
It's not like I'm very good, but I think I would be better at that.
Okay. I'm with you on that. I'm pretty good at badminton. I'm okay at bowling, but I'm pretty good at badminton. That's for sure. Okay. I like that. Do you like desserts?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to throw four categories of desserts at you. You have to choose one of these that you'll never eat again. Okay. So
Okay.
here we go. The first one is ice cream. The second one is candy. The third one is cookies. The last one is cakes slash pies. Which one are you getting rid of?
Cakes, ice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. not
Oh,
for Americans. My non-American self, it's showing up there.
yeah, you getting rid of the flan. That's what you getting rid of, the flan.
Oh, my husband loves sweets and he loves cakes, but I'm not a
Mhm.
big fan of cakes.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream?
I like the pistachio almond ice cream.
Mm. I'm allergic to nuts,
Okay.
but yeah, I can't have any nuts. But cookies and cream. That's my favorite.
Mm,
Very classic. Very
yep,
classic.
that's a
Okay.
classic. Yeah.
Do you like potato chips?
Yes.
Okay, same format. I'm gonna throw four
Okay.
brands at you. You got to get rid of one of these. So here we go. The first one is Lay's. The next one is Pringles. The next one is Doritos. The last one is Ruffles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Place.
You did
They are boring. Just salt.
you did not even hesitate on that. That
Nope.
was awesome. I love that. No, I would have got rid of Lay's too. What is your favorite potato chip?
My favorite potato chips is I think I'm gonna go with the Takis
Of course,
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Takis, of course. Yeah.
They,
I
they,
I
they're hot. They're hot and they got a little kick to them. Do you like hot Cheetos?
I I like hot Cheetos too. Yes. I
Mm,
like hard things. I like acidity and probably if Lay's you have to like lime Lay's.
hmm
Those are I love those. Um
Okay, okay. So do you like salt and vinegar?
um they're not quite there.
Yeah, I feel that.
Not
Yeah,
quite
they're the second worst chip ever made in my mind. The second worst chip ever made in the history of chips, no question. The worst chip ever made is Funyuns. Whoever said Funyuns are good, you're terrible. They're just awful. They're awful. They really are. My favorite chip is sour cream and cheddar. Ruffles. That's my favorite chip.
Okay, yeah.
No question.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. If it wasn't being a voiceover actress, right? Because I know you just got into this profession about 3.5 years ago. What career path would you have chosen and why? Like, I would love to know what were you doing before you got into voiceover as well.
I was a teacher.
Teacher. Okay. Okay.
I was a
Hmm.
teacher, and before that, I studied. I went to chemistry school. I have a major in chemistry and pharmaceutical biology. That's
Wow.
that's what I majored in
What,
college.
where did you go to college?
In Mexico, in Monterrey, that's where I went to college.
Wow.
And I studied for 5 years there. And wait, 5? Yes, 5 years. For 5 years in chemistry college. I love microbiology. That was my favorite subject. And being in a
Mm.
lab and try to guess, not guess, to find out what bacteria is growing here, like based on its characteristics. That was my favorite thing to do. Um, then after that, I became a teacher, and I think that's what if I could not be a voice actor, that's probably what I would still be doing or what I would do.
I love it. I can totally see that. I can totally see you command the classroom. Now, did you teach high school, middle school, or elementary?
In Mexico, I taught high school for 5 years.
Okay.
Then I moved to Dallas, and I came with Dallas ISD on a work visa program, and I taught fifth and sixth grade.
Okay. Awesome. I love that. I would have chose theater myself. I would have definitely been
Right.
theater for sure. I love musicals. I love plays, like I said. So I'm a huge theater buff. Probably can bore you half to death with all the theater musicals that I know. I've acted in two of them
Totally,
in
yeah.
high school. So yeah. So I'm huge into that for sure. Okay. I like that. Um, what is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Right at the beginning of this year, I was taking a class with a coach
Hmm
um, and a director in Mexico that I admire a lot. And in this class, I left with this phrase that says, it's better done than perfect.
Mm,
I am a very perfectionist person,
right,
and I keep procrastinating things because I want them done perfectly. Things like, oh, if I'm gonna, let's say, clean the house, let's say, clean the bedroom. If I cannot, if I don't have the time to do a deep clean, then I'm not gonna clean it.
right.
So that's how a lot of parts of my life were. And then I'm
Okay.
like, you know what? Maybe if I just do it, even if it's not perfect, if I just do some of it, it will be better. And yes, it's starting to show results in my life, and I really, 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 really hold on to that phrase and to that thought.
I love that. I do. And listen, this all good being a perfectionist. It really is. But you want to be you can procrastinate at times too. I think I do both. I think I do
Yeah.
a good job at both of them in my life for sure. Um for sure. But I love that. I love that advice that you were giving. That's pretty awesome. Let me get a top four out of you, Anna Karen. I want to give me your top four like bucket list roles that you would want to do in your voiceover career. Like I know you've done some pretty cool stuff already, but I want a bucket list of roles that you haven't done yet of a top four that you would like to do.
Okay. I want to be a Disney villain. I want to play a Disney villain,
Okay.
Spanish or English. I don't care. Um, I would love to do a commercial for Disney, the Disney parks, or like any
Mm,
like toys or anything like that.
okay.
Three, I would love to have my voice on a toy
Ooh,
and be
okay.
that toy. That would be amazing. Um, I would love to do an audiobook for a big publisher like Penguin
Mm,
Random House or like something like that, like
yeah.
a fiction book for
Absolutely. That
yeah,
is a huge publisher in Penguin Random House, no doubt.
yeah.
That would be amazing. Does it matter the genre?
Uh, fantasy, that would be my ideal
Okay.
one.
I could totally see you playing a Disney villain, like, like a Scar in like Lion King or
Yeah,
something along those lines, like, maybe the dragon if they come out with a Mulan again or something like that.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I could totally see that. I really would. That would be amazing. I would listen to it for sure. Um, what is, and this is kind of a bonus question that came about. Um, what would be a role that you think that most people that know that you do voiceover, what is a role that you think that would be so challenging but fun at the same time? Like I know you came up with a bucket list of things, but what do you think would be a most challenging role for you that would definitely like push you to the limit?
Hmm. I think a princess, a a Disney princess
Mm,
a traditional Disney movie.
really? Really?
Because
That would push you to the limit?
yes, because princesses sing, and princesses are sopranos, and princesses have great voices. And I think that would be a big challenge that
Mm.
would be worth, looking into.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the transparency on that. Because from what you told me before, Anna Karen, you was like, you a goody two shoes. So when you said princess, you like you're good, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking you're gonna be playing great in that role. But then when you said they sing and the sopranos, yeah, they do sing with a higher pitch for sure. So are you a natural alto,
I am a mezzo soprano.
mezzo soprano?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, okay. Um, we are coming close to the end of the podcast. So what I want to do is I want to throw some rapid fire questions at you, Anna Karen, and you just give me the first thing that comes to your mind when I say these things. Okay. So for the last time, I'm going to ask you,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here we go. Burgers or tacos?
Tacos,
Okay. Chicken or ribs?
chicken,
Okay. Pancakes or waffles?
waffles,
Okay. What is your favorite color?
purple,
I like that. Now, is it dark purple or lavender?
lavender.
Okay, got you. Favorite alcoholic drink?
I don't drink alcohol, but if I drank alcohol, piña colada would be that.
Okay. Favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Lemonade.
Ooh, okay. You won my heart already, Anna Karen. I love me some lemonade. Is it just regular lemonade? Because I'm a blueberry
Oh,
lemonade type of person.
strawberry lemonade.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
If you had a choice to bring three people on a vacation with you, so three plus one equaling four, who would those three people be and where would you go? Now, Anna Karen, you can pick family, friends, or celebrities.
Or I can bring three more.
Yes, three
Other than
more.
me.
Yes.
That's hard. I'll probably bring my husband, my sister, and my
Okay.
mom.
Where would you guys go?
We would go on a cruise.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Name one spot that you would want to go on a cruise.
I've already been there, but I would like to take my sister and my mom to a cruise in Alaska, an Alaskan cruise.
I like that. I like that. Okay. If you had a choice to listen to three artists or three songs that you would never get tired of on repeat, who would those three artists or three songs be?
Ooh, there's this artist, this band that's from Spain, which is called La Oreja de Van Gogh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very long, which means like Van Gogh's ear. That's what it means in Spanish.
I
Like
love
the
it.
painter. Yeah. So this Spanish band, this Colombian band, Morat, and a third one that I would never get tired of. You know, there's this pianist that's from South Korea called
Yeah.
Yiruma. His piano music is amazing. And
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. What's his name?
out of it. Yiruma, like Yiruma.
I got you. I got you. So, te gusta bailar? Te gusta bailar?
Yes, I like to dance.
Okay. All right. All right. Yes. Igualmente. Igualmente. So, yeah.
Excelente.
No doubt. Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, favorite TV show or Netflix series?
I love Modern Family.
That's a pretty good show.
I
That is,
it cracks me up. It makes me laugh so much. I love it.
I love that. I love that. Okay, two more for the rapid fires. Um, if they came to you and they said, Anna Karen, you can only do one particular style of voiceover. If they said, I need you to either do commercial, I need you to do news, audiobooks, or animation. If you can only do one of those for the rest of your career, which one would you choose?
I would choose animation.
Animation? No hesitation. I like that. I like that. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Now, the last rapid fire question that I have is give me the best, I would say, give me the best voice that you can give me in a character. What's the best voice that you can do right now on the spot as a character?
Hmm. I can give you a very good abuelita. That children go to sleep like a baby.
That's pretty good. That's really good. I
Oh,
never imagined you can get that deep with it. That's pretty good, Anna.
thank you.
No, that's awesome. Thank you much. Thank you so much for that. This has been a really, really cool interview. Listening to how you came into voiceover, how you've been doing, what you've been doing, going to chemistry university, or chemistry school back in Monterey, and getting your degree is amazing. And just the success that you've had so far, dealing with the different affiliations from, like I said, cricket, Major League Baseball, animation, audio books, commercials. I mean, you're only going to do much more. I'm a new fan of yours. There's no question about it.
Thank you.
No, no question. And
Nice to
as I
see.
always do, my last question on my podcast is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, or anything at all before we conclude?
No, not really. I had a blast. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Thank you. Just saying thank you for having me and for inviting me. This was
No
fun.
question about it. Please, Anakaren, stay in touch. Like I said, I'm a new fan of yours. I want you to enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.